What is the difference between the piano and the harpsichord? Let's take a look. One thing that we have on the piano is dynamics. So if I put a lot of weight in the key, you're going to hear a louder sound. If I put less weight in the key, you're going to hear a softer sound. That's because inside the instrument there are hammers that are striking the strings based on how much weight I put into each key. That's really, really unique because I can get louder and softer. That was a big deal to the instrument makers back in 1709 when the piano was invented. Okay, let's take a look at the harpsichord. It's not exactly a harpsichord, it's my keyboard set to harpsichord, but you can get the idea. So if I put a lot of weight in the key, and then I put a little weight in the key, you're going to hear the same dynamic range, the same dynamic volume. We don't have a very large dynamic range, and we can't really change dynamics on the harpsichord like we can on the piano. So how did Baroque composers and how did Baroque keyboard players and harpsichordists make the music expressive if there were no dynamics? Well, trills is one way. Also rolled chords. Also different articulations like staccato. Also legato. Those were some of the key ways that Baroque composers and harpsichordists would make the music expressive because they didn't have the dynamic range. They also didn't have the range of pitch that the piano has. So let's go back to the piano and explore some other neat ideas that the piano has that we might even take for granted every time we play. Okay, there are 3 pedals on the modern piano. Let's listen and see what happens when you push the pedal on the right down, which is the sustain pedal, or the damper if you want to call it that. Let's listen and see what happens. Every note that I just played is still ringing. So with the piano we have all kinds of possibilities. The harpsichord does not have pedals. You can't get that same kind of sustain out of the harpsichord because you don't have pedals like you do on the piano. Another thing that you have on the piano is range. You have 88 keys on the modern piano. That's a significantly larger keyboard than what you had on the harpsichord during the Baroque period. So even though the harpsichord has little dynamic range, basically no pedals, and a much smaller range of pitch, it actually is still a very cool instrument. Composers like Bach, Handel, Scarlatti, Couperin were just a few that wrote amazing music for the harpsichord. So if you get a chance, listen to some recordings, check it out. It's really, really a cool instrument. So if you have questions, please email me at chrisbrentmusic@gmail.com. Also, you can visit my website at christopherbrent.com. Also, email me if you'd like to look into the possibility of taking lessons via Skype. Thank you so much.